Alrighty, guys. Happy what's it? Tuesday today. Happy Tuesday to you all. It is Wednesday. Happy Tuesday to you all, guys. So it's been pretty fun at the moment. Dominance coming down, so this is pretty good. And again, what we're getting is a little bit of a 4-hour dominance pullback. But what we have next structures very close to breaking and actually starting a higher time frame pullback in the dominance. So again, what you are seeing is altcoin strengths. You're actually seeing that the total 3 is on a verge of another squeeze. We break these major highs over here, and total 3 is going to another level, which is around the 30 to 40% away, guys. So we're looking at high time frame squeezes still incoming with altcoins. That still means that there's a bunch of altcoins that are still only breaking weekly trends now. And I want to make sure in the show that I have 3 altcoin trades for you guys today. Trades, okay? Well, ones that are ready to explode at any single moment. We've been killing it over the last couple of days, which is great. Not only has the whole market been rising, we've been timing our entries and buying the beautiful recipe, which has been amazing. But I do think we are still sleeping on a couple of narratives, and I think we've got to pay attention to it. And again, you look at this narrative over here. This is the gaming, and I just want to show you as it reloads here for a second. This is the gaming section over the last week, guys. Look at this. Gaming is starting to wake up pretty good. But again, I zoom out and I look at these things and they're literally only breaking weekly bottom trends now. So I want to make sure that we are prepared for the next gaming run. And we're also going to be speaking in this week about the AI run too and what are the best AI tokens. So again, I'm going to show you guys what is breaking weekly structures when it comes to these specific tokens. And also remind you that there's a lot of fun right now. There's a lot of getting in and out of the market. The market is volatile. It is great. It is respecting bull flags. It's respecting Fibonacci levels. It is bringing great momentum and it's starting to get easier to track the market. But those we are in to make money on the daily basis, to make some good gains over the couple of days, get to the next one, move to the next one. But when it comes to your bull market portfolio, when it comes to something you're going to hold for the bull market, you only get these weekly breaker trends once or twice a year, which means those will soon no longer be available, meaning we have to kind of have a bit of urgency around making up our minds about what is our bull run portfolio. What does that look? What am I leaving right now? When the market's getting ready for a pullback and Sheldon says, guys, pullback incoming, am I selling out a bunch of my portfolio? Or what am I leaving over the next couple of months versus what am I trading? What am I using to make money within the market? It's a very big topic I want to speak about in today's show. Get you guys the next major trades. Show you how Solana is on the verge of another breakout. Show you how Doge is on the verge of a breakout. And show you guys the big possibilities and what's available on the high time frame for while it lasts, for as long as it lasts. No more wasting time, guys. We've got a little bit of problems with StreamYards today, so give us a little bit of love if there is any glitches or things like that. But no more wasting time. Happy Tuesday to you all. Let's go.
I try and help everyone in my space, and this is what I get. I try and fight the devils, but inside I'm just like sniper. Welcome to Sheldon Show.
Guys, happy Tuesday to you all. If you're brand new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. And guys, remember, like it up. You know what I like at the moment? Is we have the highest likes. We have a lot of likes on our videos, and it looks amazing. So guys, keep liking it up. I want the likes to fly through the roof. I love to see how, you know, some people are really starting to see the reward, and it's only just the beginning. But the amazing thing as well is people are learning. They're learning how to buy these things, learning when we're buying these things, you know, basically being a little bit more patient for those that are not available. So I think we're growing so much. So for that, let's celebrate. Let's like the video. Let's get the likes up through the roof. Again, I asked you one thing. I'll be here every day. I'll make sure we get entries. I'll make sure we learn. But you make this an incredible community. You guys already are a phenomenal community. Help those. Share lots of love. Make this the best place to be in crypto because, again, I think we're on the verge of a life-changing bull market at any single moment. We do have our high, our energies high. And we do have a lot of these beliefs that is coming right now. But we still have a long journey together. And I want those who want to make life-changing money and also be a part of an amazing community. I want them to know that this is available for everyone. So share it, love it, be part of it, and let's get going. Do you guys like the shirt? So it's actually UHT. These are the guys that I met when I was in Old Trafford, when I went to the game, the Liverpool versus Man United game. These guys are creating a token for the health service, guys. So universal health token. They got a token coming out. I just wanted to share some love. I also think it's an amazing shirt. Share some love to them. They gave me a great experience, but they're also doing amazing things. So big shout out to them. And let's get going, guys. So The first thing I want to quickly show you guys over here is let's go through a couple of the short time frame. Let's see where everything's at the moment. Let's see what's available. And then I want to go through a little bit of the high time frame, a couple of altcoins, couple of gaming, make sure we are in on those things because gaming is starting to wake up, starting to break trends, and it's going to start the squeezes pretty soon. You know, we're just starting to break the trends, which means the volume is at any moment going to kick in. And it kind of makes sense because you have the total 3 sitting right at resistance at the moment, and you got this total 3 sitting just below this major next squeeze, you know, and that's when alts are really going to start rallying. So as you see at the moment, we are seeing a slow grind up, and the reason why we're seeing a slow grind up doesn't mean alts are not performing. There's many that are performing, and by the way, can I just say well done, just an absolute massive well done, let's just find where it is, to this token. How's 𝗬𝗓𝗡𝗡, baby? 𝗬𝗓𝗡 starting to explode. So what you are getting is you're getting a bunch of altcoins popping, but you also got a bunch of altcoins sitting at resistance, and we're slowly climbing up. But the moment that you get through that squeeze point, you know, you're going to see a big acceleration. Now, the big question again is there pullbacks and all these sort of things that we must prepare for. What you must understand when the market is trending and rallying to the upside, you don't really get much pullbacks. You know, the market doesn't pull back much. It just wants to go the whole time, and that's where it does the most damage. We've always spoken about max pain. Max pain is when you've missed out. You know, we spoke about it this morning. We said it's actually way worse sitting on your hands, not getting an altcoin entry, watching the market explode, versus being in an altcoin and going down 50%. It's actually worse not getting the gains than the losses, you know, and that for me is it's a big thing of max pain. So what they do is they tend to send it very quickly, not pull back for a while, and then what happens is, because people's confidence starts to rise, they do just buy no matter what now, and then the pullback will come. So that's when the little traps will come and the liquidation wicks will start coming too. I don't think we're at liquidation territory just yet. I think after the next squeeze, we're getting to liquidation territory, which basically means I think the next extension to the upside, I think the market's going to hype a lot. I think crypto is going to hype a lot. I think people are going to come flying back. And then I really think we got to start being prepared for the liquidation wicks, you know, where we go up, we come down 10, 15% in a matter of an hour, and we are back up there very quickly, and it rinses and repeats. So just know that that is one of the next steps that will come into this market, is the liquidation wicks, where there's a lot of people long in the market. A lot of people are making very easy money. So what they do is they flush out the late buyers, and we are going to be the ones that are going to prepare for those buys. And that's why it's so important to keep to the recipe and just be patient for good buy zones. Just become really good, guys, at buying stuff at great levels and understanding where you're buying them. The more patience you have, the more you focus on that, the way easier this whole journey gets for you, if you are doing so. So we were patient with the 𝗬𝗓𝗡, and boom, 𝗬𝗓𝗡 has taken off. Now we're sitting in a nice little pretty entry, 20%, you know, above our entries, and now we can sit back, right? Any pullback over here, we can survive. You know, any of these things we survive. So it's just that main understanding of what we're looking for. So what I'm looking at the moment is, let's quickly go through Bitcoin. Bitcoin's got 2 little short-term bounce zones over here. So right now the support on Bitcoin is these areas over here, which is 62.5. But I do think we're starting to slowly level up. Okay, we're starting to go up, which means supports are starting to rise. Now, again, guys, this is the 4-hour chart looking at the next couple of days, you know, to see what's going to happen between today, tomorrow, and obviously till the end of the week. We are not breaking any big trends. So what I like to pay attention to when I'm watching Bitcoin start to grow and altcoins start to grow is I do want to get a little bit of idea of their momentum, right? I want to see what momentum are they moving in, you know, and are they breaking that at any point? That will give us a sign of a real pullback at any moment, or, you know, a strong pullback at any moment. Right now, we're getting the small little pullback. Small pullback, the moment the market pops, new altcoins pop. You know, it's nothing big just yet. So what you do is you end up taking this trend line from the bottom of the wave, and you can basically track this all the way up. That's the big line. We start to lose that line, then we say, okay, guys, prepare for a nice little 10, 15% pullback. All those altcoins that have done, you know, 50, 60%, prepare for them to come down to some decent fib levels. You know, that gives us the idea. So as it stands right now, we are still very much holding momentum. We don't have any major signs right now that the market will have any big pullbacks. As it stands, we're actually breaking some structure to the upside. So what we're seeing is we saw this little breakout a day or two ago. We broke out, Bitcoin made a higher high, which is good. And now we're actually busy fighting a higher low. We've retested that trend. So at any moment now, I got 2 little plays. And the way I'm looking at for the next, you know, little while is at any moment now, Bitcoin should pop up to 65. Okay, I do think we will get through here. Okay, and I think that's where the squeeze will happen. But after that, I think things get a bit violent. You know, we will have a liquidation wick, or we'll have something that comes up a little bit later. We're not there just yet. Okay, we still got a couple of days. Once we in, we go, then we can be ahead of these wicks and all these sort of things. So I don't think we're in trapped territory just yet. So I actually see 2 plays, 1 bounce zone here, pretty soon, around the 63,300, and there is a scenario where we come down back to the trend and then we start going. Okay, so any of these pullbacks, I'm kind of calling short-term pullbacks at the moment, and I'm actually seeing more continuation to the upside as it stands. Remember, later on, when we're back to the 69s, then we've got to start preparing for a nice little wick that will come at any moment and really be prepared. Okay, so that's how it stands there at the moment. Things like Bitcoin dominance is very much in our favor at the moment. It's just giving back, right? We've had so much upside with the dominance to Bitcoin. We are just having a little bit of a rotation. Where alts are starting to pop now, people are getting a little bit jealous that Bitcoin's not going up. Altcoins are going up, therefore people start hyping a bit more into altcoins. And we can see this now that over the last couple of days, we lost the trend, we've now broken and retested, and we've now set in another lower low, which basically means, guys, that at any moment now, if we do have short-term little bounces, we should continue lower highs and just continue to the downside. Which means any little, pullbacks in Bitcoin, you will see a little bit of a pullback on your alts. But the moment that we bounce, your altcoins are going to bounce pretty strong. And it doesn't look like anything over there is going to change for a while. And what's nice about that too, guys, is I'll also track to see when that could possibly change. Right now, dominance is very much on the downside. And this is because of things like ETH and, a whole bunch of the major alts starting to pump as well, which is good. But what you're seeing here is I put the top trend line in, and we're not anywhere near breaking that. So as it stands now, Bitcoin dominance is in a good downtrend, and it looks to continue to the downside. And what we want to see is we actually want to see a push down to the next major zones that we want to break. So I see dominance coming back down to these areas of around 56, 57, which will be really good for the positions that we are currently holding. But eventually what I do want to see in the next week or two is a break of this structure and give us that push down to 55, 54. That's when you're really going to see a push. So right now it is fun. I like to call it's our entry zones. We are here to get our entries, and this is where we make a ton of money, right, in the zones. Because no one's really fishing too much over here. People are starting to mention Total 3, starting to mention altcoins. They kind of, it's not there yet. People are not bullish enough. The tiles are not bullish enough yet. All of these things are not bullish enough yet. So we're nearly there. But what's a really good thing about this is the dominance is definitely on a downtrend, temporary at the moment, which is good. The next higher time frame breaks just shows us where we are basically in. Now, the only time I would see dominance bounce, guys, is if Bitcoin's going to hunt that 70,000. I think when Bitcoin wants to squeeze, we might see dominance go up a bit because Bitcoin needs the strength to finally get through that 72, 73. Until then, if Bitcoin just ranges here at 65, altcoins are just going to keep going. And altcoins and new ones are going to be released all the time at any single different moment. So this is a really good sign. The next thing that I'm also paying attention to, guys, is the Total 3 has now put in another higher high on the 12-hour. So this for me is a good sign. I gave this obviously on Friday last week, and I said, guys, small pullback and we start to break. But the big thing that we've seen in the last 24 hours is a break. I think side is easier 30x. I agree with you. Now we've just broken the highs again. And there's not much resistance until this zone over here. Then the squeeze happens. So there's still some good term gains here. But again, it also shows us there's a bit more opportunities to get into alts before the next squeeze happens. This is where the next squeeze happens. And this is where I think it's going to separate a lot of us to the rest of the market. That's the squeeze zone that we are looking for, is from this zone over here to that zone, and then again, once we break those highs, then we're going to the new highs for the year. Okay, so again, that's good. Now, another sign that's also giving me an indication that we should start pumping again pretty soon is the USDT dominance. So the USDT dominance, again, when this thing's going down, we're making money, right? But what's also important to understand is we have put in a lower low yesterday, and we'd look to put in a lower high, yesterday, okay? A lower high, okay? And right now, as it stands, this is in a downtrend. But then what I also did is I just zoomed in this morning and I saw that, hey, we've actually broken trend. Okay, so what that basically means for me is that means that this little pullback we are seeing now is a temporary little pullback. And in the next couple of hours, we should see another leg to the upside. And again, what's exciting about this is obviously then approaching the big levels. This is approaching the $65,000 on Bitcoin. Now at 65, you got 70,000. That's the gap. That's the big gap that we are looking for that squeeze. So this chart's indicating that, hey, we should continue going up today. We should keep moving up. So be aware, that yes, there's pullbacks coming at any moment, but as it stands right now, more upside, more upside, and USDT dominance is looking to go down. And again, what's exciting about where the next levels we go is if we go down to these big zones, Just want to see the zones over here. The next level is back down, and the actual dump that we saw, I think, a couple of weeks ago is gone. Everything is back at those levels. So that is a $180 Solana. You know, that is, you know, ETH back to 3K. That is a bunch of these tokens back to those levels. That's why it's important to see what's still available today and still looking at the major zones. So that's very good. Total market cap is also, this is why why everything is pausing at the moment, guys, is the total market cap's at resistance. Look at that. That's why we are slowing down, right? Because this is where the bears are going to try hold us. But the moment you pop through here, that's the squeeze. Look at that squeeze. You're looking at up to $300 billion coming into crypto. Okay, $300 billion coming into crypto. Massive, massive, massive squeeze that's on the verge over here. And again, this is where the last shorters are trying to short. They're trying to short. There's a bunch of liquidation sitting up there, a bunch of stop losses sitting here. So that's why the market is just like kind of chilling. But don't not be surprised if it breaks through it right now. We'll be prepared for the pullbacks, and I've given you guys the small pullback zones. But if we can break through here, and if we break through here, again, you're going to see a massive fat leg, things going very quickly. That means obviously things like ETH is sitting under the major resistances. ETH's breaking levels, turning resistance into support, still looking strong. Let's look at a couple of altcoins. So I got a call for you guys today. One that we are busy loading up now in Club. Over here is Solana. Solana is in a great buy zone, and this is a little bit more of a trade. I've been telling you guys to accumulate Solana in those lower ranges. It's a little bit more of a trade that we are seeing at the moment. But there's Solana sitting straight in the zone. What I see is a little bit of a breakout. Now again, guys, fake outs can happen at any moment now. That's why we're just putting some stop losses in. So anything that I am buying now to make money, I'm just putting a stop loss in, especially if it's trading money. Okay. Again, your weekly breakouts is something you buy and you hold. Don't put so you can go send it to a wallet, all these sort of things. By the way, guys, I think, you know, I was looking at the stuff on Telegram and stuff like that. Apparently, they're going to give away our information. They're allowed to give away information there. So I just want to remind you again on security. VPNs, guys. There's a VPN in the link below. Get VPNs because they want to know everything, right? Everyone wants to know everything. Have a VPN, protect yourself. Secondly, anything that you're buying for the bull market, get yourself a damn ledger. Get it off of exchanges. Something you're going to hold for a couple of months. Get yourself a ledger, send them, or take your tokens, send them off chain, put them exactly in a 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗪𝗓 wallet, and don't leave them on exchanges and crap, okay? Hacks are happening. These things are happening. I think BingX got a hack as well. Like, just be careful of that stuff. Go take your wealth, take your stuff, put them in a 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗪𝗓 and leave it. Whatever you are trading is sitting in an exchange, and that's what you're trading with. So reminder again, a VPN and a ledger. Please protect yourself. You don't want to become a millionaire and lose it because you just didn't do enough protection. So please make sure that you are doing that and you are prepared for that. So here is a Solana entry at the moment, guys. I put a stop loss around 140, which means you're not going a 20x on this thing if you are leveraging it. You start off on a 3x. Again, guys, if you want to get good at leverage, come join Sniper Club and school. Like, Sniper Club will teach you how we start on a 3x and we build it up, okay? But for now, if you do and you are in your game, this can be a nice little 3x. Put the stop loss over there, but spot is a great buy here too. But I'm looking at any moment, I'm looking at a Solana squeeze to the 160s. Again, I see it going way higher, but I'm looking for us to get an entry that we can breathe. Once we can breathe, we can add more later on, and we can prepare for the higher time frame targets. But Solana's looking pretty good for the day and looking ready to get going. The next one that's looking pretty good as well, guys, is Dogecoin. So Dogecoin is also in a great buy zone at the moment. Over here, I actually gave these trades 2 hours ago in Club, or hour and a half ago in Club as well. So they're in already nice and strong. But here we go. So we got Dogecoin over here. At any moment, I'm looking for Dogecoin squeeze back to the 12-13 cent mark. That will give us room. So Doge is another one that's starting to make some momentum today, starting to break some trends, and actually looking for the next major little squeeze to the upside. So Dogecoin's looking pretty good. The next one I want to show you guys is 𝗤𝗤𝗄. So 𝗤𝗤𝗄 is also getting to a nice little retest zone. Okay, so what you're doing with a lot of these retests, we are putting stop losses because, you know, the market can be unpredictable at any moment. Right now, it's respecting, it's doing good, but at any moment, it gets a little bit cheeky and throws some wicks down, and you just don't want to go too much drawdown because any more drawdown here, you would actually want to buy it there, okay? Because if you can get anything cheaper at the moment, it's the better buy, right? So stop loss are not a bad thing. They are there to buy back cheaper and get better entries if they happen. But if you look at this over here, 𝗤𝗤𝗄 is another one that's starting to break. Nice little 1 hour higher high over there, and at any moment, I'm looking for a squeeze from 𝗤𝗤𝗄. So 𝗤𝗤𝗄 is also available at the moment. Very much a trade, not an investment, but very much. I see bears are getting wrecked. Yeah, we can't be too angry, but it is funny. It is funny. It's funny. They've been asses this whole year. It's nice to see the bears go down a little bit. There is the 𝗤𝗤𝗄. So those are nice little 3 trades that are sitting there at the moment. Quick updates on a couple of alts. So a lot of them at the moment, even things like AVAX, guys. AVAX is also looking pretty good right now as it stands. But look at 𝗬𝗓𝗡𝗡. Well done, guys. Well done. 𝗬𝗓𝗡 will have a cooldown at any moment now. It will cool down, do it at what the rest of the market does. Bit of a flag, and at any moment will pop again. So there's no more buys on 𝗬𝗓𝗡. We got them perfectly. But well done to those who got it. Things like Phantom, just sitting. Things like ThorChain, ready to go. ThorChain looks ready to go. No buys on there at the moment. Pendle, guys. There's actually a good opportunity coming on Pendle. So just keep an eye over here. So I just want to show you guys, you could see very much that Pendle was breaking big trends, had a fat candle, came down to the 618. So if you look at the Fibonacci level of where this thing bounced, really good, right? Look at that over there. Let's just pop it in. There we go, and pop in the 618. So look at that, where it's bouncing, really good. The next thing that's also good over here is obviously breaking trend. So Pendle is actually entering a nice little spot position over here for a nice little trade. It looks ready to get going again. So there's your entry zone. Your stop loss goes below this low over here. So just want to pop this in. There's your stop loss range over here. And then what you are seeing is a push up. I'm looking at Pendle push up to the next areas around 4.8. So there's a nice pump loading up for Pendle. And this one is looking really good at the moment. Look at things like Super. I'll go through that in a sec. I'm going to speak about gaming. Keep eyes on obviously Chainlink. Chainlink's also in a nice little top of the zone. A Chainlink pump's coming at any moment. So these are ones that are still nice and cheaper than the rest. Injective have been doing really good. Beam being amazing. Let's speak about this one, right? Cardano. You all laughed at me. I said that yesterday, right? I said, you know what, guys, don't hate it. Don't think like you can't judge it, but like Cardano's there to make money, right? So it's there. So there's our entry zones on Cardano yesterday. And I don't know if I could show you here, but I can. I don't have my ByBit open at the moment, but I'm not gonna lie, like it's we're actually killing it. We're actually killing it. So I went yesterday. Just want to show you over here. Again, if I'm saying we're doing Cardano, I'm buying Cardano. Oh, you're not going to be able to see it. I won't do it, Okay, well, I got Cardano over there. And it's I put in $11,000 and I'm on $17,000 profit. It's a $27,000 position over there. Now, again, that's not about the amounts of money and all these sort of things. It's about understanding that everything's going to make money in this market. Everything's going to move. You don't hate it. Don't love it, don't hate it, just trade it, right? Very simple. So if you're seeing it there, good entries, good zones. So things like Cardano, at any moment now, you can see it's already starting to squeeze. I don't see it stopping until around the 40 cent mark, and they'll be huge. They'll be huge, great trade, bought it on, stuck to the rules, amazing. Couple of other trades for you guys today, guys. Theta. Now, Theta, you remember, sometimes they're in zones, sometimes they're breaking trends. So Theta, keep an eye on this 4-hour trend. When this trend breaks, Theta's going to get going. So here's another one to keep eyes for the day. This is the zone where I'm looking at some bounces, but the trend line is going to be the one that's going to help you. So Theta, again, what you do is you basically wait for a break at any moment, and what you're doing is you're popping a stop loss below the previous low. But Theta is still available, still looking really good. What I also want to show you guys, let's actually go through a couple more alts here, and then I'm going to show you guys there's a couple more buys. I'm giving a lot of trades lately. Like a lot. a lot of trades at the moment. But what I've also noticed is I'm teaching you guys a lot as well. I think you've noticed that as well. My show is not just about entries. I'm teaching. Here's Render, guys. So Render has broken trend, right? Just give it some time. Why? Because it's got this stuff on the left. When the stuff on the left disappears, we start to go over here, right? So give it a bit of time. It's holding trend good. It's looking fantastic. I wouldn't buy more Render just yet. I'd rather wait for more of a push and a bigger pullback. But Render, at any moment, I'm seeing a squeeze to the $8 mark. So Render is looking fantastic. Things like Nia Protocol, we got it beautifully. There's our entries. See, Nia's just sitting over here. Next, all the way up there. So you can kind of get an idea of where everything's at. Let's go look at GRT. Our GRT is about to squeeze, so that's on a rooftop over there. The moment it gets through there, that's where it's going. So you can kind of get an idea where a lot of alts are sitting. They're sitting right at resistances, getting ready for a possible another leg. And then we do have a couple. I want to speak about 𝗏𝗘 yesterday. 𝗏𝗘 exploded, so we got 𝗏𝗘 again. That one's looking really good. 𝗏𝗘 starting to leave. Fantastic. We got dot entries yesterday. I gave you guys block stacks yesterday. That's taken off. Fantastic. I gave you guys WIF yesterday. That's taking off. Fantastic. Whew, I feel like Oprah here. Just go, you get a trade, you get a trade, you get a trade, you get a trade. You all get trades. Now let's go through a couple of other ones. So another one that's also good, just prepare for it, is Bonk. So Bonk needs about another I don't know, at any moment, a couple of hours. But at any moment, it's going to break this big trend. And then very similar to the WIF trade. Nice trade incoming here on Bonk. When it breaks this high, there's a squeeze. And the squeeze is up to 25, 30%. And then my targets are actually sitting around up to 80% on this trade. So there's a Bonk trade incoming. You don't need to buy too much just yet. You can wait for this trend break. But here's a new, fresh one that's coming good. Very much. It's not an investment. It's a trade for me. So keep eyes over there. And the next one to obviously get ready to leave ship is Algo, and I still think it's a buy as we stand. At Algo, I think any moment we're going to pop to 15, 16 cents, and then I think we're going to go a lot higher, but the main thing is getting the entry. So remember what we do when we focus on trades, investments, whatever it may be, it doesn't matter. The first thing is to get the entry and to give it a little bit of room. Once the entry starts to break out, we move our stop loss to entry, remove the risk. Once your risk is removed, now we focus on the reward and we focus on where we're going to add, where we're going to take profits, all these sort of things. So right now as it stands, we focus on the entry here. Here's another token in entry, looking really good at the moment and looking strong. Okay, next thing, how is my likes, Matt? To see if I'm going to continue the show or not.
We just hit 1,000.
Okay. Likes, because I'm going to give you about a bunch of 10x's now, 10x and 15x's here. Over here, I want to see a couple of tweets as well, quickly. Someone just shorted, I think this was yesterday, someone just shorted 225 Bitcoin on Binance Futures and got wiped out in 4 minutes. This market's bullish. Don't mess with the bulls. They've been quiet for a while, but don't mess with them. So someone that shorted got wiped out very quickly on Bitcoin over there. Arthur Hayes sold 200 of Pendle again 3 hours ago. Arthur Hayes sold total of Wow. So he's busy. Look how much Pendle he's holding. Massive. He's holding a lot of Pendle, so he's bullish on Pendle and taking some profits, which I'm actually proud of. It's good that you get into a take profit rhythm. Important altcoin 33, a key decision right now. This is Miles. Shout out to Miles. Miss him at Banter quite a bit. Daily, weekly close over the lines. Okay, so look here. He's busy speaking about the closes this week. That's why I think we can still pump more this week because we got to close outside of those trends. So I kind of feel that the pullbacks, there shouldn't be much pullbacks right now. We don't have much news events that will slow us down. We should rip at any moment and continue ripping. But we do need some important closes for the end of the week. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 games. I want to speak about 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, big one. China, guys. So another big thing that's happening as well is obviously with China. China's confirmed that they're going to cut interest rates. So things are lining up for a strong end of the year because if we even got China looking to cut rates, cheap capital is going to flood into the market from around the world. Asset prices are going to be large beneficiaries. Massive. Huge macro event. Things are so bad in China. You could see that they're cutting rates quickly. Big liquidity incoming. Brrr, money's coming, and it's coming flying. Look at all of this over here. So this is a good sign. You know, we've started with the US cutting rates. Now we got China starting to do the exact same thing, setting us up for a nice little rocket finish to the end of the year. Okay, guys, let's go through a couple of altcoins. So again, gaming at any moment is no longer going to be there. I've given you guys a little bit of targets over here, but I'm still sticking to similar amounts of gaming. I do, however, have a team going and looking for some more. But these are still some of the best ones that are there that are still incredibly cheap. So again, player 3 Bull sitting over here had an incredible start of the year, right at the bottom, on the verge of a weekly trend breakout, guys. My first target is sitting, and I want to put a couple of percentages here so you could see. Now, these are not my bull run targets. These are my first targets that we get great entries that we can build off later on, right? My first target is 390% away. 390% away. So just before I continue with the gaming, the way it basically works with your bull market portfolio, guys, is again, you're going to have it split up to the low risk, medium risk, high risk, very high risk. Gaming falls under high risk, very high risk. That's what it falls under, which means that you're not afraid to get into it. Okay, you're basically just putting the right amount of money into it. So if you got $5,000, okay, at least 30 to 50% are sitting in low risk and medium risks. You know, your Solanas, your Phantoms, your Bitcoin, your ETH, a lot of 50-60% of your money sitting in those blue chips, right? And then you got your other 40% of your money where are going into things like this. So for me, my gaming portfolio is around 12 to 13% of my entire bull market portfolio. That's what my gaming is at the moment. By the time Bitcoin's 100K, that will shrink. It will go down to around 5%, 3%. For now, I'm opening it up because it's early. It's still early and there's still a lot more to happen and a lot more gains to come in. So for me, I'm sitting around 12 and I'll probably push to around 15% max when it comes to my gaming side of my portfolio. Okay, so just make sure you're putting the right amount of money into these things. And again, no financial advice is for educational purposes only. Okay. Okay, so my first target just 300%. My next one's 400% away. That's first targets. I think this could 10 to 15x in the bull market. The next one is Illuvium. Illuvium is as cheap as you could ever get it. I'm a holder of Illuvium. I've been buying this thing and been loading up. It's on a verge of a weekly squeeze. My first target is around 150% away. My second target is around, let's just see the percentage. Give me a sec. Let me see the percentage. So the first target's 200% away. Second one's 300 to 320% away. I see it going way higher in the bull market, by the way. I see that this goes all the way. Look at this. That's insane. It's insane. Look at this. Okay, now I can show you. If we go anywhere over here, you have a 20 extra money. Okay, and again, like I think these tokens, especially if they've been building, and I know they've been building a lot, these tokens will really come to life very quickly in the bull markets. And again, some of them can even break all-time highs. The next one is 𝗬𝗔𝗪. I'm a holder of 𝗬𝗔𝗪 too. 𝗬𝗔𝗪 right at the bottom of the range. My first target, I just want to show you guys because this one's also ridiculous of where this thing can get. My first target is 800% away. Okay, now remember, guys, I'm buying these altcoins and I'm putting them in my ledger. Put in my ledger for the bull market. That's what I am doing, okay? So again, my first target is 800%. My next one's 1,300% over here on 𝗬𝗪𝗪. 𝗬𝗪𝗪 is still one of my favorites. Really good. The next one is obviously 𝗦𝗪𝗪𝗕𝗥. I'm bullish on it. Not my most bullish, but there's money to be made here. So this one I'm not going to hold for the entire market. I'm actually going to catch the weekly breakout to the top of the range, which is 800% away. So I'm very happy that as this thing gets to 100, 200% profits, take some out, ladder out, and I want to be out by $8 on this one for now. So remember my TP zones as well. Very important to have an exit strategy. 𝗏𝗏𝗏 breaking weekly right now. So I'm only bringing these alts, and I've spoken about them before. I'm bringing them, yes. GameGB Duel as well is one of my favorites. Very low market cap. It's good. It's a very small amount of your money in there, but that token, I agree. That one's going to be massive. I'll actually put it up in a sec. But the reason why I'm bringing these alts to your attention is because they're starting to break weekly trends now. Okay, again, I'll bring them to your attention when they're there, when they're early, following the damn recipe. 𝗏𝗏𝗏, a big one. This one for me, it's a 4x just to the top of the range, but this is one that I really think is going to get going this bull market. I think anywhere, I wouldn't be surprised if we do go to the $30, $40 mark at any point in this bull, and it might even go higher. Looking at the market cap, looking at what they do, still really good. So good investments over here. My biggest altcoin bag is 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is my number one size bag. This one is not as big as a 20x, but it can be at least a 5 to a 10x, I do think. I don't know if it'll be 20. We shall see. The market cap's still really good. But this one for me is one of my biggest, and it's kind of running out of time to invest in it. So I wouldn't buy this much more, about 1.3, 1.4. Okay, as an investment, you can buy it as a trade. As investment, no. But for those, my first target's at 3.54, but I'm actually seeing $10 to $20 in the future. So this is one of my big ones, my personal biggest altcoin bag that I have. Really good. Things like Superfarm, not available right now, but if there is any dips, guys, to get this thing, I still think accumulating it under $1 is pretty good. This is one of your more blue chip kind of gaming, so it's a little bit more in this one. This could be a 5x, a 3x to a 5x, but a really good one, and you never know. It might blow off top and completely give us crazy gains what we're expecting, but I know this is one of the really good ones. So Superfarm is in that zone. Another trade very similar to what I'm doing with 𝗦𝗪𝗏 is 𝗏𝗏𝗏. I've been deploying a little bit this morning. It's breaking weekly. So I think this goes to the top of the range. I don't think this thing goes back to all-time highs. I think we go to the bottom, the top of the lower range, which is in the areas of around 20 cents. So this can be up to a 10x. Okay, 10x, which is huge. Okay, so 𝗏𝗏𝗏 for me is breaking weekly trend now. I got the areas of my first target is 370% away, and my second target is 800% away. Okay, so this is my 𝗏𝗏𝗏. Then what we have is Beam, guys. Now, Beam for me is also one of the blue chips. I think it's one that's really going to kill it this bull market, one that's going to do incredibly well. So if you see over here, Beam has broken trend. I wouldn't buy this much above the 2 cent mark. Okay, then I think you're a little bit late. But I actually have targets of around 6 cents as my first little target at the moment. Once it gets there, then it will start the parabolic phase. But for now, that's where I'm looking at my push to get a nice little gainer on nice little room of my entries at the moment. So this one's around a 2 to 3x to my first major targets. But after that, I do think it goes a lot higher. I still think this is one of the best ones. Then what we have is this one over here, which is 𝗦𝗫𝗓, guys. This one is still really cheap at the moment and still at the bottom of the range. Again, I wouldn't buy this much above 0.031, right? So about another 5, 10% more than this, it doesn't become much more available. So those who are watching later, respect the zones. Okay, but this one, my first target is this zone over here, which is a 3x, around a 3x away. So I'm going to show you guys over here, around a 250% away. But I actually think we're very much going to break the highs, and I actually think we're going to go into the high territories. This one for me is I'm looking at up to a 10x opportunity over here again. So again, guys, if you hear these numbers, that sounds amazing. But when these alts come down, they go down just as fast. So if you're thinking about putting 90% of your money into gaming, you are not doing it correctly. You put 10, 20%, and you do it at the right levels, you be damn patient. They will make you a lot of money. But remember, there's a reason why you don't put all of your money in the low ones. Just because if Bitcoin comes down 5% now, this thing's going to come down 20%. Okay, and you don't want to put yourself unnecessary by putting too much money into them. Put money in, that little bit of money will become a lot of money. Just keep that very, 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 very important. There we go. Over here, we have Maria in the house over here. So guys, what I'm going to focus on very much this week is I'm going to keep bringing you guys tokens, but they're going to start to be a little bit categorized. So if you start to see my shows that I'm doing 10 altcoins on AI, 10 on gaming, watch them, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to categorize those narratives that we are focused on, and I'm going to make sure that you have your portfolio assembled in the right direction. Okay, so I'm going to bring you different shows, and then again, when there's breakout shows, altcoin shows, I'll be going high with that. But make sure you catch the narrative-based shows, because that's going to give you, because remember, when I do a show, I can't do it every day. I can't give you guys TPs. So like today's show, I've given you guys take profit zones. I've actually given you on the charts. Please mark them and remember them. Okay, because I may not come back to this in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I may come back to this later. So make sure you jot them down and you mark them and you go put them on your damn charts, right? So that you are seeing what I'm seeing. So when I move to the next narrative, this is still valid and it doesn't change, guys. When I put these TPs in, those are my TPs. That's where I do something. I take something. I move money somewhere. So these red boxes are not just there for fun. They're there for me to do something. Okay, so I'm sticking to this, and you know what's nice? I'm doing this analysis before they pump. When they pump, I'm going to think, oh, this thing's going to go way bigger, way higher. Make your analysis before they break out, because you're going to be realistic and you're actually going to have an exit plan. There is your exit plan. Okay, fantastic. Okay, let's go back and see how's our cute little Bitcoin doing at the moment. Let's see. Nice little bounce at the moment. So again, guys, quick one over here. I want to remind you as well, Sniper School starts tonight, guys. Sniper School starts tonight. So again, this is, you could see we are 14 hours away. This is not correct. Why is it not correct? There we go. 3 hours away from the Sniper live event. Go below in the description. Join Sniper School today. Go. I'll see you tonight. I'll see you tonight for the welcome event. And then we got 4 weeks together for me to make you a badass trader. Okay, that's the thing. So go and join Sniper School. Link below in the description. It is there for you guys to get joining. So again, just to show you my 2 little plays on Bitcoin. For the day, I don't think the markets will come down too much just yet. I do think in a couple of days there'll be a bigger pullback. For now, bounces here, early 63,000, maybe a little bit lower, 62.5. But at any moment now, I'm seeing a pop. I've given you guys multiple trades. I've given you multiple entries, and I've also shown you to focus on the gaming narrative. Have a fantastic day. Love you all, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Much love.